Hello and welcome, guys. This is Phil from the Two Red Gringos live on YouTube, starting off our PES2019 Master League stream with Liverpool Football Club. Who else? As you guys can see, we're already past all the menus and the customization of the manager and all that stuff. We are strictly going straight into the preseason. I have the fully updated and fully licensed PES Universe database. So shout out to PES Universe for providing that, because it just adds to the great feel of this game, and it just generally gives a really good feel to PES, which that's the one thing that a lot of people say, lags behind FIFA. And luckily, in this case, we're able to get around the licensing issues, and we're able to have our fully licensed big leagues, as well as the few leagues in PES that are fully licensed. We also have the other competitions, the European competitions, updated. So you can see our first opponent is one that would not normally be licensed, but Valencia, we have their kits, we have their crests, all of that thanks to PES Universe. So yeah, all of this is just going to add to the legitimacy of this Master League, and just make it feel more authentic. And so with all that being said, I haven't done any of the I've gone through my tactics, but I haven't done any of the other stuff associated with the start of the season. So like I said, we've got the updated rosters. So Alisson, Keita, Fabinho, all in the side. Here you can see we're looking at negotiations. Haven't started scouting. Haven't started searching for players. Let's take a look at our youth team. So one thing about PES with the youth team is that PES includes a youth squad already signed to your team. Unlike FIFA, where you have to identify individual youth players, this gives you a full youth squad to work with. The problem is that they're all made up players. So one thing for the future for PES that I think would be really, really amazing is if they could get the actual youth players. And I understand there's probably some issues with that in terms of the licensing of young players. So as we take a look through our youth squad, we can see, a lot of these players overalls are going to be down in the 50s and 60s, as would be expected. We got a couple of promising youngsters here in Harrington and Olakanen, but anyways, we'll come back to that. One thing we need to address is any additional holes in the squad. So the one player that Liverpool tried to get and couldn't get this summer was Nabil Fekir. Luckily for us in PES, Fekir's knee wasn't stitched back together with masking tape and chewing gum, so we can maybe take a run on Fekir. So if that's something that you guys would like to see, hit the comments, and we'll take a look at what we can do. So with that being said, let's see who we could potentially... Well, let's take a look at training. So first things first, let's take a look at this. So you can see Alisson, one of the highest overall players on the squad, offensive goalkeeper. Makes sense for him to train in that position because of his distribution. Matip and Van Dijk both training in build-up. Trent and Robbo as offensive fullbacks, that makes sense to me. So you can see in PES, you can change how you want your player training based on how you're going to use them. So obviously we're going to train Fabinho as a defensive midfielder. But what type of defensive midfielder do we want him to train as? So we have stuff like the Destroyer. So that's obviously going to give us more of a physical presence and ball-winning presence in that defensive mid spot. But it's gonna train his low pass and lofted pass as well. Little bit of attacking, a little bit of ball control and dribbling, but mainly it's going to focus on getting him better physically. Orchestrator is just as it sounds. It's going to focus a lot more on, well, it's more of a balanced approach, and it's going to give us a little more physicality, but it's also going to give us an equal amount of passing and ball control and dribbling. Anchorman is what they have him set as right now. This focuses most on defensive prowess and sacrifices a little bit in terms of the speed and explosive power. So I kind of am leaning towards this to establish a little bit more balance in the midfield. So I think Anchorman, we're going to go ahead and keep him there. Keita, box to box, no question. This player model for Keita is horrible. I don't know why PES weren't able to get Naby. I guess they did it at the end of last season. So Naby's player model is totally just random. Like, they haven't fixed it yet. So hopefully that'll be patched here in the coming days, because they definitely need... I mean, you look at these player models that they got from the actual players, and I mean, Jordan Henderson looks fantastic. Salah's model looks absolutely amazing. Mane looks great. Firmino, who has been butchered in past football games, looks great. But Keita, unfortunately, nowhere near what Naby actually looks like. So we've got Jordan Henderson. Interesting thing about Jordan Henderson is I'm not employing him. I'm not going to be playing him in the 6. I'm going to be playing Fabinho in the 6 primarily. So yes, Jordan Henderson will be sometimes employed in the 6 based on injuries or stuff like that. But I'm going to play Henderson as more of an 8 in our 3-man midfield. So for me, I'm not sure if I want to go box to box, because obviously he's not going to be playing as a real creative playmaker. He's going to be more of the hard work. So, yeah, you know what? I'm going to put him in a box-to-box role as well. Salah and Mane as prolific wingers. Firmino is an interesting one. So they've got him training as an advanced striker. I'd make an argument, obviously, that he is more of a playmaker. But in terms of what we want out of him in this series, this is going to focus on explosive power, his condition, his finishing, and his balance. And then it's also going to... So I'm fine with him training in this advanced striker role, because ultimately it's still going to get after the things that we want. So as I go down this list, as I get further down this list, I'm going to start to run into players. Let's actually sort this by overall rating. Okay, so obviously Salah, Alisson, Van Dijk, Mane, Firmino. Yeah, these types of players are all going to be towards the top. Let's take a look. So Wijnaldum, he's going to train in a box-to-box. I'm fine with that. Genie's character model actually doesn't look that good either, but Matip in a build-up. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with Ox in a creative playmaker role. I'm definitely fine with Shaqiri in a creative playmaker role, although he's going to play much more in the center or on the right side of the midfield 3 rather than on the right, as it has him here. As a right midfielder, he's not going to get in that right midfield spot all that often, but that is something that we could look at. So Robbo, obviously, offensive fullback. We just changed Henderson. Milner, so they have him playing as a cross specialist. I'm kind of okay with that, because where he's going to come in, he could be good on set pieces, and then getting down that wing and delivering crosses as we've seen over the past couple of years. So Lovren, he's been training in the destroyer role. I think he's more suited to that than a build-up role, if I'm being honest. And before we get into any, center back controversy, one of the things that I want to train when I get to Joe Gomez is I want to train him to become a center back, because PES has him listed as a right back, and he's not a right back. Traditionally, he hasn't played at that level, or he's only played at right back in spurts for Liverpool, and not really for England. He's played center back, and obviously he's been immense in the center back role so far this season, but he's only rated as a 75 in PES at center back, and a 78 overall at right back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Gomez in the preseason in that center back role, although Matip may move in there based on his rating, because it doesn't match really the real world, the reality of what Joe Gomez has been able to do this early season. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. And as we get further down this list, we start running into some tough questions. So, and you can see the names popping up. So I'm going to be honest, Adam Lallana, good depth option. Not really looking to move him, because he could make an impact. Mignolet, now that Karius is gone, goalkeeper may be somewhere that I look to strengthen. So I may look for a young replacement for Mignolet to back up Alisson this season, and I may look to move Mignolet on. Sturridge, I'm going to hold on to. Great depth option at striker, especially when we need goals. Gomez, we talked about. Alexander-Arnold, no-brainer. He's got potential off the charts. Moreno, another one he's going to be a depth option. So if he starts making waves, which he hasn't done in real life, but if he starts making waves, then I may look to move him on and look for a younger depth option at left back. Origi, who looks exactly like Naby Keita. That's kind of disconcerting. So I guess Origi was on loan while they made the character models, but Origi, he again, he's there for depth, but Solanke and Brewster may be Brewster sucks too. Anyways, Solanke and Brewster I may keep because of their age, and then we'll take a look at Origi, and then obviously Lazar Markovic, he's not getting anywhere near the team. So, all right. So I'm happy with our training settings, and let's go ahead and go to our negotiations. So I want to scout, and I'm going to say, all right, so I'm going to enable this scout. I'm going to say bolster weak spots, because I'm interested to see what they've identified as the weak spots, and then we'll go from there. I'm going to say, do I want him to look somewhere specific or just in Europe? I'm going to say in Europe. I'm not going to say any specific. Okay, we'll focus on the overall rating and consider the budget. So that's what I'm going to get out of our scouts. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and hit the advanced search. So the first player that, looking at our transfer budget, we've only got $37.5 million and a $7 million salary budget. So understanding that we don't have unlimited funds, the Fekir deal may not be realistic. We may take a look, but so what I want to look at first is a goalkeeper. So let's go ahead, goalkeeper. Let's say let's say the max that I want to pay is, let's set this at 25. And salaries we'll be able to work out. So let's take a look at guys who are at least 75. And let's limit the age. So I want a young keeper. Yeah, let's go 23. All right, so that gets us down to 9 players. So from here, it's obviously, we'll take a look and see what actually came up. So Donnarumma from Milan, Albin Lafont, who is now at Fiorentina. He just moved, though, so obviously our chances of signing are low. Strakosha from Lazio, again, chances of signing are really low. Onana from Ajax, he's again, he might be tough to get hold of. But all right, so let's take a look at, all right, Napoli's goalkeeper Meret. So 21, his playing style is offensive goalkeeper, so that actually does kind of give us the keeper that we're kind of looking for. So 86 goalkeeping, catch, clearing, reflexes, coverage. But what was 82 jump, kicking power? His low pass is only 60. His lofted pass is 64. So still needs some work in the offensive goalkeeper. He's left-footed. He's a penalty saver. That's his main skill. He does play counterattack or a possession game, but he likes the short pass compared to the long pass, which obviously is a little bit different than what Allison offers. And he likes to play in the wide area, or likes to attack through the wide areas, aka like distribute into the wide areas. I don't love that a goalkeeper has flexible positioning, but I think that just means that he's reacting. He isn't used to our defensive style, but that it's kind of away from him. So not too worried about that. All right, so looking at his personality, he's a little more of a lone wolf than a team player, more passion than composure, more physical than technique, and more instinct than insight. And so not really sure that that's, again, what we're looking for. Let's take a look. So he's raised about 6 points over the last 3 years. So, and we're coming into, obviously this is a very early in his development. So I'm actually interested to see if we can get him as a backup to Allison with Mignolet. All right, so if with a transfer fee of 10.3, they're very does he have a release clause? Is that? Oh, this is his release clause. Okay. So all right, so a 10.3 million release clause, that's actually pretty amazing. Looking at his salary, let's take a look at, because really we want him long term, but he wants the same release fee, which is disconcerting, because I'd much rather I don't love, this is like classic Emre Can. God, the highest release clause I can put on him is 13.4. I don't know. I'd love to start here and maybe, yeah, I'm not sure why he doesn't want to sign for longer. Clean sheets, wins. I can give him a little bit of an appearance bonus, but all right. So that's about as good as we can. Maybe I'll bump his salary up a little bit and just. All right, that puts us at, obviously we can succeed with Napoli, and then the negotiations with the player are at a 90% chance of succeeding. So yeah, I think this puts us about where we want to be, and we'll see where that takes us. So all right, so we're waiting on the response for now. So that if that goes through, that's 10 million on a backup goalkeeper and leaves us about 25-ish, 27 and change for depth elsewhere. And so the place that I'm most likely going to be looking for depth is in the wide attacking areas. So young wide attacker who can fill and give Mane or Salah rest on a given day. So, but with that, I'm kind of interested. Don't want to bore you guys too much, so we'll go ahead and get going. So we start out the International Champions Cup. It'll be in Asia. And as you can see, we got Valencia, Lyon, and Milan. So big clubs, and definitely a good run out. So message from the owner. Let me be the first to thank you for joining Liverpool. I've got big plans for this club with you at the helm. First up for you, though, is the International Champions Cup. Use it as a trial by fire to forge a squad capable of seeing us through the season. Oh, and you can expect a bonus should you win the cup. So... all right, let's take a look at the manager's office. So missions, interesting. So, okay, they want me to win the ICC. Fair enough. I don't think it'll be a big deal if I don't. But, oh, this is, no, we'll go through that later. All right, so let's go to the next match. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at our game plan real quick because I want to. All right, so this is my first choice team most of the time. What I'm gonna do in this case is I'm gonna start Joe Gomez on the right of central defense to get him in that role. As you can see, I've got Henderson playing on the left of a midfield three. I've got Keita playing on the right. Actually, I may flip-flop those because I love a good Hendo cross, and he's definitely going to deliver better crosses from the right than the left. So I'm good with that. All right, so as you can see, we got the strength up top. Are there any players I'm leaving out that I need to not leave out? I'm going to go ahead and throw Solanke in there for Origi. And then... yep, I'm gonna give a run out to these players. Give our first team a shot at and you can see Valencia getting Batshuayi and Santi-Mina up front. That is a dangerous forward line. Gonzalo Guedes, Jeffrey Kondogbia. They obviously a very strong squad at Valencia, and yeah, we'll see if we can get after these. You can see Denis Cheryshev on the bench, despite his World Cup heroics. So, and just so you can see that we've got so Liverpool's all of their official kits were already in the game due to the fact that they're an official partner of PES, Konami. But as you can see with Valencia's, those were not in the game. Valencia was not officially licensed, so they have all three kits, and they are looking fairly sharp. I think they might be a little out of order, but either way, we'll have them play in their whites. We'll play in the classic reds for the Reds, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get this kicked off. See what we can do.
welcome to you all as our coverage of the opening fixture of the International Champions Cup gets underway.
Teams are in the tunnel. Peter Drury and Jim Beglin on the call, and actually, in terms of commentary teams, I much prefer that to FIFA's. Peter Drury is a fantastic commentator. Jordan Henderson, the captain, leading the team out as the fans in Asia look to see their Reds. It doesn't specify where they are, and maybe that's something that as PES gets a little bit more use out of the ICC license, maybe they can be a little bit more specific about who is where. So debuts handed out to Keita and Fabinho, and I'm not going to stray all that much from how Jurgen Klopp lines up, because I genuinely think that gets the most out of that front three, which is truly the focal point. Alisson obviously handed a start and a debut as well, and we are off.
So it's down to business here. Jim see making a difference here? I would say one of the most energetic midfielders you'll find in Jordan Henderson. He's added to all that running power with slicker passing.
Just trying to pass the ball around, and I really want to get a feel for the passing game. I played the demo. I've played a couple exhibition matches, despite what the achievements tell you, but Mane looking to get after it. Keita finds Henderson. Arnold into Firmino. Oh, just dispossessed at the last moment. Oh, and you can see the gegenpress is alive and well. Trent Alexander-Arnold winning the ball straight back from the defense for Liverpool. Keita there also strong pressing, but you can see exactly what Liverpool are trying to do, and that the team set up to play. As soon as they lose the ball, they're closing down to try to win it back, and Van Dijk just miscues the header there, but Robertson able to clean up. Can see how deep I've got Fabinho playing fairly deep. I just really a nice little interchange from Keita to Mane, floated in, and the overhead kick from Mo Salah just didn't quite come off. Very nearly a ridiculous goal to open the preseason. You can see Mane just floated it in, but it was always going wide of Valencia's post. And playing kind of a passing game, as you can see. Another poor pass from Valencia, cut out. I was looking for Keita, but Rabo's free down the left. He's got people in the center. Salah, what a save by Neto. My word. Mane rolled into Salah, left-footed shot, just took a deflection. Not quite there. But we are knocking on the door, and you can see the style of play already implemented in preseason. It's all my doing, obviously, as the manager. Robertson not able to close that one down effectively, and now got possession on the edge of the area, just trying to deal with this little situation we haven't had much to deal with. He's kind of found some space, so that was not a good chance to concede. I'll be honest, that was a little close for comfort. Luckily, it's behind for a goal kick. Alisson, with his distribution, is going to look long. Finds the head of Firmino. Mane's got Robertson on the overlap again, and he's been marauding down that left flank. Salah again in the center, can't get his head on the ball in. Jim Beglin saying exactly what I'm thinking. Looking for that press. Salah tracking back to help out. Ball over the top. I thought Trent had that under control, but he kind of miscontrolled it. Luckily, in the end, Fabinho helping out. And now the counter's on. Salah running at the defense. Couldn't quite squeeze through, but he's won it back. Finds Mane. Must be. And it is. Sadio Mane starting off the preseason right. And it's on the counter. Salah initially looked like he lost it, but he's just slid it through for Mane there to guide into the right-hand corner. And great start to the preseason for Liverpool, leading Valencia 1-0. And it's nice just to get off of the mark and score that first goal in the first preseason game, because sometimes it can be a little difficult to just get off the mark. But we've avoided that. Poor pass. Didn't really look at his options, but Firmino tracking as he usually does, and Mane's got Salah on the right, but couldn't quite find him. Good interception in the end by Valencia, but you can see the players just absolutely swarming every ball, and Gomez does well there. Firmino through to Mane. Mane trying to cut around his man. Salah doesn't have the support he needs until Trent provides it. Naby Keita from distance took all the sting out of the shot. Fabinho just... Mane does really well there to win the ball. Keita can't find him with the return, though. No added time at the end of the first half. It's been a fairly fluid one. And then there's halftime. 1-0. Sadio Mane, the difference so far. Can take a look. We're just kind of leading in possession there. We completed a bunch of passes, but I actually didn't quite want to start there. My mistake. I'm going to go ahead and make some adjustments. I'm happy with the contributions of Mane and Salah. Kind of looking to keep them from sustaining any injuries at any point. Who can I slot in on the left there? I'm going to go ahead and put Lallana in. It's not really the role that I foresee for him, but I also want to make sure that I get more than 3 substitutions, because that would be incredibly disappointing if... No, okay. So I can make as many subs. I want to get James Milner on. Actually, let's throw Ox on there, because he's not hurt as he would be in real life. And let's go ahead. No, let's keep Fabinho on, and I'll keep my. I will bring on Matip for Van Dijk, and. Yeah, let's just change this all up. I'm really worried about someone getting hurt. Oh, wait. Okay, that's all I can make, I guess. So, fine with that. Lots of changes for Valencia, or one change for Valencia, it looks like. Danny Parejo. So, hopefully those changes come through shortly. Virgil just tracking there and never getting past him. Henderson running into space. Finds Mane to Firmino. Out wide to Salah. Looks to slide one through for Mane again. Just needs a second runner into the box. It just needed Keita breaking into the box a little sooner. Oh, just switched to Trent at the wrong moment. That wasn't what I was anticipating. Or sorry, not Trent. Gomez. I guess a foul for something. And all those subs should get made at this point. We've got a whole boatload of subs, so basically a brand new team at this point. Matip unable to win that one. Just wide. It's Batchway and not good enough defending there. Matip, his first involvement. Okay, let's go ahead and try to build out from the back here. We haven't done too much of that. Matip, Robbo, into Wijnaldum. Again, all those changes really down to. Oh, it almost broke for Shaqiri. Oh, it's towards Sturridge. Oh, I thought Danny had that there, and I think Fabinho just commits a foul there. He certainly doesn't agree. I'm glad to get the power cube on Xherdan Shaqiri. Again, not quite good enough from. Oh, he's offside. Okay. Not quite good enough from Matip once again, but they held their high line and well done across the board. Yep, aware of how to do that. I'm going to go ahead and play it short, see if we can build. Good ball down the right for Shaqiri. Oxlade-Chamberlain back for Shaqiri. He's got men in the middle, and that is the simplest finish that Adam Lallana will ever score. Oftentimes he makes it difficult on himself, but Adam Lallana off the mark in the preseason and off the mark off the bench, which he is going to have to get used to. Kevin Gamero coming on for Santi Mina. Valencia just not able to impose themselves. However, they did have a couple of really good chances that they failed to convert. So maybe we were a little let off the hook. But in the end, decent performance so far. We'll see if we can keep it up with a little less than half an hour left to play. Ooh, Sturridge. I was looking for the long ball out there. Robertson closing down. Does enough. That was a late tackle, but nothing given. Oh, really good ball from Sturridge out to Lallana. Lallana's just so freaking slow, and Wijnaldum's caught. I thought he was caught illegally, but he was caught legally apparently. And Trent Arnold pressing all the way up the field. Nice little passing play until Joe Gomez gets involved. So Joe really showing his quality so far in this first preseason game. He's got Trent Arnold to his right, Trent Alexander-Arnold towards the penalty spot, but just didn't quite come off. Need Fabinho to kind of protect against this counter here, and ultimately Andy Robertson puts it into touch. So Rodrigo coming on for Valencia. Played out by Fabinho, and again just kind of running time down. Oh, I thought Valencia might make another change there. Ball over the top. Matip blocks the initial ball. does well to win it and play it out. But Lallana caught, wins it back. Well done. Nice little interchange between Sturridge and Shaqiri, but what I think I'm kind of finding out about this front line is it's not, well, obviously it's not as potent as what Shaqiri looking to cut onto the left, just blocked at the last moment. And then Andy Robertson caught unfairly. Looks like it might be a yellow or a talking to. Just a talking to for Parejo. It was a little late. Robertson just got past him. I was trying to get a pass off, but so first free kick. It's Trent Alexander-Arnold, and you best believe that I'm taking this on target. Not nearly enough power or bend, honestly. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time to get the feel for those. I played all the skill trainings to try to kind of improve my understanding of the free kick system. Ooh, Fabinho with a little Fabinho got nutmegged there by Batshuayi, but covered by his teammates. And is there one last counter on? Lallana's got a ball through to Shaqiri. Shaqiri's got there. Can Shaqiri with the outside of the boot? Oh, the close control in the box, as you can see. That's what Shaqiri only scores bangers. We know this, or slappers, as we like to say at the Two-Ray Gringos. And a foul given there, but again, it looks like this is going to kind of peter out into the final minutes. So far, a solid 2-0 win. Just 1 minute of stoppage time left to play. In terms of performances, we can see that the front line is going to give us exactly what we're looking for. They were deadly throughout. The interchange, Salah had a couple early opportunities and wasn't able to finish them, but those will end up in the back of the net sooner rather than later. So we get a look at the table, and it looks like via a 3-1 win over Lyon, Milan and us are equal on goal difference, with goals for probably being the tiebreaker. So Milan just on top with 3 goals scored. So we are off the mark with a win in the International Champions Cup. All right, so we got a negotiation day. They were going to get this answer back from Meret from Napoli. I'm going to go ahead and assume. Okay, so Fabinho is now a playmaker. He's got a new role. So new team role of playmaker, as the name suggests, a team role is the role a player has within the team. A player with a team role can positively impact the team and his teammates, as well as his own play in various ways. A player's team role will determine their personality and their impact on the team. So, all right, there's been an update to transfer negotiations with Meret. So let's take a look at our negotiations. All right. Each party has offered new terms. A deal may be on the cards as he seems willing to negotiate. Okay, so he wants a little bit higher salary. It looks like. All right. Okay, so it's a little bit higher salary. Let's go back. Let's go ahead and just accept the terms. Yep. All right, you now have a Meret on your books. Please check your team's budget. Okay, got that. So, looking at my team, let's talk about Lazar Markovic. So let's go ahead and say we're open to offers. Let's place him on the transfer list. And I think Mignolet I may also place on the transfer list. And actually, yeah, let's go ahead and throw him on there. Okay, so the next bit of business, as we talked about, is going to be looking for... We've got strikers, like we've got people who can back up Firmino, but I'm looking for left and right wingers to, and I'm maybe even decrease this a little bit down to 21. And you can see we've got a budget left of 27 million. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at these 45. That's still a lot. Let's go a little bit higher on the. All right, this takes us to 10. I have a feeling that a few of these may not be realistic. So, all right, ones that I am definitely not going to pursue. So, Dembele had been talked about. I don't think I'm going to go for him. Malcolm has just joined Barcelona, so I'm not going to sign him. That makes absolutely no sense. Or I wish I could. Oyarzabal from Sociedad, one that I may entertain, but you can see chances of signing a little low. So Amin Harit would be one that I'd love to look at from Morocco for Schalke, but again, it doesn't look like he's too keen on joining. He has several years left on his contract. But here is the guy that we may look to go after. Christian Pulisic, 20 years old, a prolific winger for Dortmund, and being genuine, I think this is the guy that we're going to go for. So let's take a look at the transfer fee. So we know we're going to have to pay more than that. Oh, okay. So 11. Again, he's got a release clause. So that's absolutely amazing. But here's where it's going to start to get sticky is I don't want him to have a release clause, right? And I want him to have at least a 3-year contract, because the whole point of this is that I'm signing him as a depth option. We've got room in the salary budget. So I'm going to go ahead and max that out, get us up to 68%. Give him a little bit of a goal bonus. Give him a little bit of a win bonus. No release fee, 3-year contract. And he's got... Man, I wish I knew about these release clauses, because I would just be activating these bad boys. If I knew I could get Christian Pulisic for 11 million because of a release clause, then it's a no-brainer, obviously. Because I might even try to get one more young player, maybe a little lower rated, for another, 10 to 15. But yeah, let's go ahead and see where that gets us. And Pulisic may very well be a depth option for us here in the coming season. I've got to take a look at my game plan, so I've got to make sure that I've got our new goalkeeper involved in the squad. Or wait, no, he hasn't joined yet. Okay. So let's go ahead and hopefully he will join soon, because I would like to get him in a game. Daniel Sturridge has decreased. I don't love that. Okay, so Moret has joined up with the squad. I would like to get okay, so this is just another nice little feature from PES. So obviously we've just signed him. He's not going to be used to the team instructions. So with When a player with low team instruction familiarity plays a match, team spirit will decrease and teamwork between players will deteriorate. Of course, the more matches a player plays, the more used to your team instructions he'll become, so it's worth persevering through the difficult learning period. So I think that is a very... Do we have more negotiations? What is this? Oh, right. Okay, so Moret's joined up. Still no move on the Markovic front. Hashtag Markovic watch. But let's go ahead and look at our game plan. Make sure Moret is in the squad. So first things first, I'm going to just edit this because that's my real first team look. And then Miggs is going to move down. Moret's going to move up. Obviously, Moret 1 point lower overall from what Mignolet is at, but that's going to be immaterial, seeing as he's 21 years old. So he can make a real difference at the club, especially learning behind Allison. I genuinely think that'll be good for him. So let's go to the next match. Playing in the perps, and I'm fine with that. So taking a look at the squad for Milan, you've got the worst haircut from World Cup 2018, Diego Lajalt from Uruguay, playing for Milan now. But you look at this squad for Milan and like it genuinely blows my mind that they can't figure things out. So they've obviously got Bakayoko in from Chelsea, but between Bonaventura, Kessié, Çalhanoğlu, Suso, Higuaín, like this should be a good team. And it just every year it seems like there's something behind the scenes that keeps Milan down. So I'm going to go ahead and throw Moret on. I am going to give starts to Joe Gomez and Dejan Lovren. So this is kind of we've got a win under our belt, and now I'm really trying to make sure that I'm doing my due diligence in keeping guys from getting hurt. So I'm actually going to have Milner turn out in the 6. I'm going to start Wijnaldum in place of Keita. I'll still put Henderson out there. And then I'll get Klein on at right back. Let's get Moreno a game. And then let's go ahead and just start with Shaqiri and you can see how this is. It's a struggle because I want to play with that first team, but I really also want them not to get hurt. So I'm actually going to start with Ox over here on the left, which obviously not his preferred position. And I know Milan's playing a full-strength team, but I really, really, really don't want anyone to get hurt in these early preseason games, since I can probably cause problems for Milan with this team anyways. I know I've been told by the board to try to win the
Well, it is day 2 of the
to try to win the competition, but
getting another chance to see some of their favorite clubs from Europe and beyond. A real party atmosphere, dare I say it, a carnival of an atmosphere. Further evidence of the increasing popularity.
But ultimately, what's more important is the league. This season, we are setting out to win the league. Moret's been handed the number 1. I might look to change that up and give Allison the number 1. Didn't even think that one through, if I'm being honest. So I need to take a look at the changes for kit numbers, because, yeah, Moret he's going to be the backup. So here we are. Let's get underway, and let's try to get a second win in the International Champions Cup. We're playing in the day, and, you know, wherever you're at in Asia in the summer, probably a hot one out there. So it's an interesting, kind of an odd start, weird touch initially, but all right. So we'll start to see Moret's distribution. I'm going to start short, just build from the back. Got Joe Gomez starting on the right of that defensive pair, or center back pairing. Henderson slid it through for Shaqiri really well. Shaqiri just looking to float one through, and a bicycle kick finish. What a finish from Daniel Sturridge. You know what's coming next too. It's the Studge. What a finish. It's interesting that Shaqiri assisted that. Obviously, Shaqiri was the one who scored the bicycle kick famously against United in his first preseason match, and it's Shaqiri who's assisted this one. So just a chip through ball. What a right-footed finish! Absolute rocket from Daniel Sturridge. I don't think you'll see that anywhere near his game in the actual Premier League season this year. But what a joy to watch Daniel Sturridge score goals like that. Moreno just kind of outfoxed down the left. It was a nice punch, but honestly, I didn't love his decision to punch rather than catch, because that wasn't that fizzed of a cross. So Moret just off to a little bit, not a shaky start. I don't want to put the youngster under pressure already, but nice build up play, floated through. Shaqiri on the end of it this time, and we are off to a great start. Well, this was a team of players who have points to prove, with the first choice players ahead of them. And they're already off to a storming start here. It was a counter. It was started by Moreno, actually. Klein's first real test down the right. He's got support from Gomez. Low cross in, collected well by Moret. Off his line quickly, and well done. Thrown out. Just trying to get a feel for this other keeper, Vice Allison. So luckily it rose all the way through. He's going to distribute out wide this time. Nice little flick there, and Shaqiri running in behind again. He's got another chance to cross, but I think deflected behind it. It's a goal kick. Interesting. I definitely thought that was a corner. We are all over Milan in most facets, but most obviously we have countered against them extremely well. Kessié just committing. Not too serious of a foul there. Don't think it would have warranted a card, especially in preseason, but Klein storming forward. He's got options, just held onto the ball a tad long there. But Henderson crossing. Milan very vulnerable in the wide areas so far. I know you might say I'm like spamming crosses, but the bottom line, this is good speed from Moreno, and it's a good thing they have Higuaín up front, because any sort of speed in the attack in Milan would have been in there, but poor ball from Sturridge. Yeah, definitely thankful that was Higuaín on the end of that through ball, because anyone else we would have been in an awful lot of trouble. Ox just committing the foul there. He bid on the press, but I like the commitment from the youngster, and I'm glad that Ox is healthy in this, because it allows me to live out a little bit of a fantasy. Great save from Moret, point blank save, and Milan again vulnerable on the counter. The ball just a little out of the range of Shaqiri, who was bearing down. Good tackle by Moreno, unable to gain possession, but at the second chance he does, and now Moreno looking to get involved offensively. All right, Moreno just tried to cut it back, not able to. You can see a difference as well between Henderson and Fabinho in terms of the impact at defensive mid. That's not a negative or positive comment against either player. It's just Fabinho drops a lot deeper. And I don't know if that's built into the game or if it's just my perception of how things are kind of unfolding here, but the positions that Henderson takes up seem to be a little different from what Fabinho does as a computer-controlled player. And I know... oh, nice little... Well, it should have been the opener for Milan, but... They've had a couple of chances, they haven't had really that many chances. They've just had... I'm going to try a long kick from Moret. But that was a good look. They probably should have scored there. And Sturridge trying to play... Shaqiri's got Klein getting down the right. Diving header from Sturridge, unable to make contact. He's already scored one spectacular goal. Well, that was odd. It looks like Milner will clean up. Oh, and silly me, I thought... I forgot that I was employing Milner at DM, so... Ox tried to take the shot on through traffic, unable to do so, but we are headed into halftime with a 2-0 lead. I'm going to go ahead and persevere. I'm going to persevere with this lineup, and then I'll make some changes maybe in the last half hour. But I'm really fine with the idea of playing these guys for another 15 at least, because again they're the ones with the point to prove, and you know, in addition to that, they're players that obviously no players, any injury would be tough to take, as Moreno tries to play that out. Poor pass in the end. Wijnaldum looks to clean up and does well. Sturridge just dictating from that false nine role that Firmino normally occupies, and now Wijnaldum is through. What can Wijnaldum do? He can slide it home is what he can do. Genie with the Genie celebration.
Well, none of us were exactly sure how that was going to end up then, but I'm delighted to see such a happy ending after such a splendid dribbling run. I mean, he really did fool that defence into wondering what he was going to do next.
Yeah, he committed on the slide tackle and was completely left all alone, and Wijnaldum rewarded for his perseverance today. He hasn't been the most spectacular player, but you can see another signing for Milan. Lucas Biglia, the Argentine, on for Frank Kessié. Bakayoko spraying a long pass out towards former Liverpool man Suso. Series of passes eventually finds its way out. I tried to kind of play out from the come all the way through the back there. Bad tackle and a yellow card. Really not good. He's just slid right through the back of Chamberlain there. Calabria booked for his trouble. And we kind of find ourselves in an easy situation here. That ball slid through to Chamberlain. Wijnaldum trying to link up again. Not able to do so successfully on that occasion. Suso, the former Liverpool man, drives across in. A foul given against... Booked for simulation. Wow. Wow. PES booking for simulation. That is amazing. I did not know that they did that. That's really cool. I don't know how you control that, because if I get booked for simulation for what I think is a penalty and I didn't actually hit the dive button, then I'm going to be pretty upset. Like if my player just like dives, because he did dive, which is weird, but yeah, if I get booked for simulation, I'm going to be really upset. All right, we've got options, and that was the wrong one. Poor pass in the end. So one thing, there's a lot of things that I really like about the style of play in PES versus, you know, what you get from FIFA. And most of my problems with FIFA lie in the kind of oh, Henderson found his way into the box. That was kind of an old school vintage Jordan Henderson. I'm letting these guys see out the 90, by the way. But one of the things I love about PES is just the level of realism in the... One more chance, a volley, nope. That's been won back, but cut out in the end. But yeah, just the amount of detail that they include. And one other thing I love, especially playing a pressing team like Liverpool, is the press obviously makes a difference. You'll see, like, if a keeper gets pressed, he may slide or like fall down as oh, good ball. First time cross, but it was Shaqiri on the end of it. That was, you know, aside from, unless you give him that point blank header that he had earlier, you're probably not going to find a lot of joy in that. But just the idea that the press is telling in terms of the effect it has on the players that you press. So you might see a keeper slip. Oh, good ball, great run. It's Oxlade-Chamberlain. Oh, he just had trouble taking it out of his feet. Oxlade-Chamberlain on the volley, saved. That was going wide, but should have made it 4. That's a bit harsh, Pete, don't you think? But yeah, the just the obvious effect that it has on the actual play, because that's not always apparent. Going for the acrobatic. Çalhanoğlu off and Barini on, so now Suso and Barini, both staples of the Brendan Rodgers era at Liverpool, as Ox and Wijnaldum play a nice little 1-2, and Wijnaldum finishes it off in style.
Comfort, yet more comfort, easing away.
What a win to play with a second choice 11, basically. Just a and well finished in the end. Donnarumma probably won't be happy about conceding there, but I'm loving that I played the second choice team and we just utterly destroyed Milan. just an absolute dismantling. And you could see from the beginning that they were vulnerable in the wide areas. So I don't know what about their tactics specifically made them so vulnerable, but even now you can see like their players just offer that space, and it's fairly easy to exploit that when they all collapse in on the penalty area. Tried a little bit of pressure there. Looks like Klein able to deal with it, but Milner caught on the ball. Not what you want from your defensive midfielder, but I think it will be enough to see us out, and there it is. Chamberlain a little bit excited. I guess we probably advanced out of the group stage is what I'd guess, because this is a strong reaction, and I'm assuming that it's like advancing in a tournament is probably the... Yeah, I probably should have taken Henderson off. But anyways, you can see, so James Milner, probably not, he's not going to play as my DM, but you could see barely anything for the defense to do the whole game. Limited Milan's chances, and really they just had one chance from Bonaventura that they probably should have taken care of. But yeah, I think that may guarantee with 6 points, that may more or less guarantee our advancement. So Trent Alexander-Arnold, you know, James Milner played out of position the other day. Well, when players get a few games under the belt in the new position, they'll get used to it and make it their own. If you want a player to slot into a different position, give them a few games there and see how it goes. So again, one of the nice little features you can see. So did we land Pulisic? Not quite. But it does look like just a slight increase in the salary. And again, I'm fine with that because we have it in the budget. So our depth option for Mo Salah, Christian Pulisic, is on the books. We've accepted the terms. And now I'm going to go out and I'm going to look for one more depth option on the left. Although Oxlade-Chamberlain, as you can see, Oxlade-Chamberlain slotted in there quite nicely, and could be an option. Lallana played there as well in the first game. So we do have some options, but I would like to get... Because I really, really am going to play Oxlade-Chamberlain more so in the midfield three. And Lallana a little bit maybe in the cups. We'll see. So we've got a right winger. Let's get a left winger. And let's go ahead and see what this lands us. So it gives us 11 search results. Okay, not what I was looking for. Because that's the same people. Let's... Oh, I gotta decrease this. Down to 15. See who is still in the... Okay, well, I've already signed Pulisic. Let's see if we can take a swing at Oyarzabal, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so 17 is his release clause. We don't have the ability to pay that. His salary is also right on the edge of what we have left, so it looks like we may need to put this on the back burner just a bit. But maybe if I look a little lower in terms of overall, and I'll limit the salaries as well to 2 million. Yeah, let's go with that. Oh, come on. And see, okay, so that takes us down to 35. Maybe I'll even go a little younger, down to 18. Okay, that only leaves us with 2. This leaves us with 5. Let's see who still fits in this category. So, P. Gurpagi. Ryan Sessegnon. So, that would be a great depth option in that left wing, or Paulinho. But Paulinho, I'm thinking he just signed for Leverkusen. So let's go ahead. Let's take a swing on Sessegnon. Okay, so he's also got a release clause. Is this like a thing? They all have release clauses? Because this is feeling like a little easy. I don't know. All right, release fee, again, 0. Not doing it. So we'll give him a little bit of a goal bonus, a little more of a win bonus. And we'll up that salary to here. And we'll just max it out right on the edge. And we'll go ahead and see where that gets us. Okay. So Sessegnon, kind of, he's been linked with Liverpool in the past. And definitely could be a good depth option. All right, so I'm kind of thinking... If I'm being genuine... Okay, so Pulisic has joined up with the squad, so let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get him in the game plan. Sorry, but Lallana is going to be the one sacrificed. Milner is probably going to be the next one sacrificed. And I love Milner, genuinely, but yeah. Now I'm kind of regretting not seeing if Fekir has a release clause. Oh well. Okay. So Fekir gonna line up. This is a bit awkward. But okay, so with a +6 goal differential and the closest one at a -1 goal differential, I genuinely think we'll be fine. Skipping this last preseason match because I'm really interested in getting to the... So let's go ahead and... A 2-0 win, so +8 goal differential, 3 wins, and the International Champions Cup is ours. So we've met the board's expectations in this case. Let's go ahead and see if... All right, so Allison has both finesse and fierce commitment. He's certainly cut from a different cloth. The level of the fighter team role has increased to 2. More players will have their condition boosted by 1 for derbies and other key matches. Players with the same registered position will earn even more experience points in training. All right, so Sessegnon, and congratulations, we won the International Champions Cup Asia. Review the change when you have time. All right, cool. Owner. So John Henry, who is blue, apparently. We won the International Champions Cup. Congratulations. It's going to feel awesome marching onto the field as champions next season. Oh, and in case you were wondering, yes, of course, I've got some thoughts on the club's future goals. And now I know you're the manager to make things happen. All right, we received a prize bonus from the ICC Asia. So we had a slight increase in our salary budget, but not in our transfer budget. Fair enough. As Memphis and Mo Salah share a handshake. So let's take a look at our management career. Place to look at our career. So we can see our tin ICC Asia Cup is my first glory. It's kind of frustrating that that's even on there. But let's take a look at our missions. Okay, so the Premier League... Jesus. the Premier League is the goal. That's what we're looking for. All right, the league is our aim. Okay, the salary thing was an issue. It's not anymore. We have no sell-on option. We have no release clause. And there we go. Sessegnon on board and business done for quite a while. So let's go ahead and get Sessegnon on board. Joe Gomez increasing, Dejan Lovren increasing, so good stuff all around. All right, I was kind of worried about when. Okay, Sessegnon's joined up. All right, we'll have to take a look at our scouts having problems, apparently. All right. Let's take a look. Sessegnon is in. He's onside. We're somehow having problems with bolstering weak spots. That's good, because that means that we don't have weak spots. Let's say defense for right now. Maybe a left back, and consider still developing. Let's do that. And then we'll do. I don't know. I love the team that we have right now. It's absolutely about as strong as we could possibly want it. So let's go on and win the damn thing. Dominic Solanke increased as well. National team squad announcement. All right, so Mignolet is wanted by Deportivo Alavés, and Andy Robertson is wanted by Sao Paulo, apparently. One of those I'm definitely going to look at. One of those I'm definitely not going to look at. So it should be fairly obvious which is which. So Andy Robertson, they're offering $17 million for Andy Robertson, and I'm going to go ahead and say nah. End negotiations. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and refuse all offers for Robbo. We should be doing that for, like, everybody. I guess I'll see as offers come in, I'll just deny them, and yeah, so negotiations failed. However, let's take a look at our other boy down here. So Alaves is offering 10.3. I think we've got some. Oh, no. I think we've got some room for renegotiation. So let's go ahead and try to get market value. Let's try to get just a little bit more money. They'll probably come back with something in between. All right, player status. Okay, so this shows like injuries and suspensions, but you can see here this is showing national teams. So pretty much the whole squad got called up. So, or everyone of note got called up. Yeah, so call-ups all over the shop. All right. I'm thinking he's going to go ahead and say win your first game. Yep. All right. We're looking to get off to a winning start. Our first game is going to be against Huddersfield, and we will kick that off in just a second. I'm going to take a short break, and I will be back shortly. So, see you soon. All right, and we are back and ready. Well, almost ready. One thing I forgot to do, and that is to get my squad set. So let's just make sure that we're making good decisions. So we had a larger bench in preseason. So obviously this is going to give us a little bit more in terms of dilemmas, because we have to have a nice spread of positions out here, which means I think Kleiny is actually going to get, I want Wijnaldum on the bench, but I need a keeper. Man, we're almost too strong out here. See, I got Sessegnon too. Damn. Oh, Sessegnon for Moreno. Okay, that's a no-brainer because Sessegnon can play left back as well. So he's not quite as good as he is at left wing, but he can play it. And I probably need a striker as well. Sturridge played really well. Damn. Ox, Shaq, Sessegnon, Pulisic. Actually, okay, Sessegnon I need for today. Pulisic actually isn't going to make the bench today. I'm going to let him bed in a little bit more. But Sessegnon I need in terms of versatility. So you can see what we're up against, and it should be it's a very defensive look. They got Depoitre kind of by himself up top, and everybody else is going to be packed in. So it's going to be probably a struggle to get in behind. And just looking, it is Anfield, and we're going to be in our reds, obviously. Reds and reds, and we are ready for kickoff of the first match of the Premier League season. All right, so we got some advertising for my club, Palmeiras and Corinthians, the featured clubs at the moment. You can see
Liverpool stand at the dawn of yet another league campaign. The overwhelming question being, of course, how ready are they? It's a great time to be a fan. Smiles are beaming, expectations are up. They've been deprived of the game during the off-season. It feels like an eternity. New hopes, new faces, but the same old game. That match-day feeling is well and truly back. The famous cop is in good voice, as always. It is one of the most recognisable monuments of the English game.
see the cop, the Anfield Road end, the main stand, all looking great. The squad is out and ready for Premier League action. You'll never walk alone. Rings out through the ground.
Everybody waiting to get the season underway. Everybody equal on the start line. Yes, Peter, and I believe that year on year the game is going from strength to strength. It's impossible for that not to happen because of increasing wealth. That attracts the best talent and management and, of course, greater expectation. The boundaries have to continue being stretched into the limit. Supporters have an insatiable appetite to want more excitement and entertainment. So, let the show begin.
All right. Anfield looking good. It looks great in PES with the tunnels and everything being very accurate and very faithful representation of the ground. So we start off attacking the cop.
It's sink or swim time for Peter, an appointment that seems to split opinion amongst the supporters, but
Huddersfield obviously wanting to diffuse the advantage in the second half, try to weather the storm here. A ball slid through for Mo Salah. He's got options. Oh, and he just fizzed that ball in just a bit too hard. And then Firmino just forced off the ball. Gonna try to diffuse a situation of myself here on the counter from Huddersfield.
out to the left it goes. Jordan Henderson. Firmino. Well played, he saw that coming. Quana.
Right, still trying to find
Huddersfield have opted to really stretch the game now. Yeah, that's pretty evident. But
Mane, just knocked off the ball there. Dawdled on the ball a little bit there, nearly caught out by Salah. And Robertson unable to win that ball in the air. Will he get there? Not quite. Gets there at the second chance, though. Just trying to escape the pressure here. Salah's got an option. Mane is wide open on the right. Oh, he just couldn't get onto the ball that quickly, but he's got an option here for Firmino! And that is the opener. And the gun celebration. Salah acting as the Mane in this case and copying Firmino. You're off the mark. The initial ball looked like it kind of took the chance away, but Mane slid it into Firmino, and he took the first touch and then smashed it left-footed. Liverpool off to a flying start in the Premier League campaign, and
deadlock broken. It's 1-0. Yeah, and they know there's plenty
off to a great start.
Peter, before they can actually say that the job is over.
Have to add to that. Just want to put this game beyond Huddersfield as quickly as possible.
Hardly anything between the sides, and it's 1-0.
Need Trent to not be as aggressive there.
He's made sure that that won't get through. Trying to play it through. The movement was good, but the pass lacked authority. A cause of
Keita to Mane. Robertson was a little behind him, but Robertson continuing to get forward down the left, and he's got behind. Firmino with another chance, unable to get any contact on that header. Salah's won it back high up the field. Fabinho into the feet of Firmino. Unable to skip past Moy. The bald Australian able to dispossess the Brazilian. Well done by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Ooh, and then not so well done, and then well done again. So, and then not well done. My word. A couple of shocking passes in that build-up, and a missed header from Van Dijk, and Robin Quainer unable to make the pressure count. That was some shocking play after opening the scoring. Need to be better as Alisson goes long towards Salah. Unable to win the header. Not that that's too big of a surprise. Dupoitra just dispossessed at the last moment, and we need to get a little bit of control on this game. But we are best on the count. Oh, Keita just, again, some shocking passing going on. There we go. Henderson winning the ball back, finding Salah. He's made the run beyond Salah, but Salah tried a pass that was more complicated than what I thought I was getting myself into. Salah doing his best to contribute defensively as well. There is space here, and Robbo overcommitted a little bit. Well, I overcommitted. Slid in, but Alisson smartly off his line. Thrown out towards Robertson, who just kind of casually allowed that ball to be dispossessed. Not my favorite piece of play from the Scot. The new Scottish captain, actually. Firmino through to Salah. He's got, I thought he had a shooting opportunity, but didn't take it first time. Well, it hasn't all been positive here after a very smart start to the game. The first half was kind of a mixed bag. Just still finding our feet there in that half. You can see not the possession kind of stats that we were looking for either.
Liverpool really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
Yeah, he's not wrong. Makes a good point. Van Dijk on the ball, trying to play out from the back. Just trying to establish a little bit more of a foothold on proceedings as Alexander-Arnold links up well with Mo. Mane, I tried to squeeze that pass through. Nothing doing. Keita does well, though. And Robertson through to Mane. Firmino attempting to turn. He had a pass on for Salah, but deflected. Henderson, Takeda. Firmino from the edge of the area, deflected on its way through. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Oh, I really thought Trent had that. Really thought he had that. Gomez having to go with the emergency clearance in the end. In behind. He was onside. I didn't think he was, but the header's high and wide as well. Again, have not exerted the amount of control. It was Van La Parra there who had the chance. Might try to make a change here just to Salah's. Alexander-Arnold with the cross towards Mane, but cut out. Fabinho just trying to break things up on the counter. This has been a tad uneasy. Allison really smartly off his line again. Through to Henderson. Did Mane just check his run? No, he didn't. Should have released that ball a touch earlier.
Oh, we're talking fractions.
Very, very close.
You have to feel a little for the player being taken off here. I think he's
Benza on for De Poitre.
I guess something had to be done. I suppose it did need a little change. Boy battles to win it back. Lobs it in gently. Quana.
Robertson. Rough from Van Dijk there, but it came off. Oh, Bobby just caught on the ball there.
Safety in numbers approach to defending here. Yeah, but
good win from Robertson.
I
don't know why Firmino was caught on that one, because I had him, or thought I had him, making more of a actually, let's go ahead and see if I can kind of change how proceedings are going currently. So let's go ahead and bring Nabi off and bring Ox on, just due to the energy levels in midfield. Good debut overall from Keita, although would have liked a little bit more of a contribution. Oh, Fabinho making a vital, an absolutely vital intervention. Oh, Firmino needed to continue his run, and then a really harsh tackle in midfield there. But ultimately legal. Good win by Hendo. He's continued his run down the right. He's got Mane central, but chooses the easier option. Firmino, and deflected. Oh man, ball over the top. Can Van Dijk get there? Van Dijk can get there. He does really well.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Oh, just sold short there, Mane, and but again, okay, there, and that's where the energy levels come in from Ox. Really well done. Mane just trying to settle things down a bit, but he does have Oxlade-Chamberlain infield. who will strike from distance. What a save! That was
Probably could have killed things off, but
nearly
they should
it.
be okay.
Nearly bent inside the far post. We've seen Ox hit a couple of screamers in the league and in the Champions League. As Henderson's run beyond Firmino. Henderson with a chance to strike it, but saved again. Lossell showing his worth to Huddersfield. Gonna go ahead and I'd love to bring a guy short. Let's go ahead and all right.
Mohamed Salah with the short one.
Oh, what a horrible pass. Jeez.
They've got it back as
No,
soon as they
what
get
are
it
you
away.
doing?
Well, they could break here.
I have to chase him down, foul him, something. Oh, do something. No, 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 no. Don't. He's offside. Oh my god. Oh my god. What a horrible, horrible goal that would have been to concede. My word. Let off the hook. Honestly. Let off the hook. And breathe a sigh of relief.
Fitness levels look bang on. Before we go, many thanks to Jim Beglin for his inputs, and from us both, good afternoon.
Oh, excuse me. All right, well, Mane with the assist, Firmino with the goal. It looked like smooth sailing from there, and in the end, it was anything but, as we survived by the skin of our teeth. 1-0. Results from around the league. Arsenal beats Manchester City in the opener. United deals with Bournemouth. West Ham just smashing Everton. Tottenham dealing with Leicester easily. Crystal Palace with a commanding win over Brighton. Southampton dealing with Cardiff. Watford and Newcastle playing out to a draw, as did Burnley and Fulham. Chelsea and Wolves draw. So you can see where we line up. 5th due to our goal difference. But a clean sheet. So can't complain too much. Although genuinely that was terrifying there at the end. And I think this is going to be... an offer from Sadio Mane has been received from Real Madrid. Meanwhile, an offer for Lazar Markovic has been received from Mukabaram, which is definitely not a real team. So, all right, we achieved their goals, so another 100,000 in the salary budget. So let's go ahead and end negotiations here. I'm not selling Mane to Real Madrid. Get lost. I might, however... Okay, so... Again, I think we've got room for renegotiation. Let's just try to get close to his market value. And then the last one, Lazar Markovic. I've been offered 6.5. Again, not to be weird, but I'm gonna ask for a little more. I think I'll just stop there. 7 mil is more than enough, as that's roughly his market value. I'm gonna go ahead and see that. So you can see we're building trust with the ownership, although we very nearly blew that last game. So gonna need... Ryan Brewster is improving. That's good to hear. So Europe's best player award announcement. Let me guess, it's Lionel Messi. Obviously. All right, Mignolet and Markovic. What do you have for me? All right, so They've added another 1.7. They've exceeded his market value. Let's go ahead and accept terms. More than I ever thought I'd get from Mignolet. And then Mukabaram have come up on Markovic. You don't think I could get... No, I'm going to go ahead and just accept, because I'm not going to use them, so... Let's just take the money and run. So Mignolet and Markovic are off. Individual titles, Europe Best Player Award, Lionel Messi. Ronaldo was second, Neymar was third, because it's a popularity contest, and Mo Salah was nowhere near any of it. So, congrats to all involved. At least they gave Salah a decent... so our backup goalies, a decent rating, or a decent, overall rating. All right, Mignolet and Markovic are off. The draws for the Champions League group stage have been held, so let's go ahead and try to get a look at those. All right, so not far off from what actually occurred. Let's take a look. So Porto, Tottenham, Lyon, Zagreb. It's an interesting group. That's a very interesting group, given the fact that Schalke and Bayern were drawn in the same group, even though they're not from the same country. But okay, or they're from the same country. Sorry, Spartak and Basel. PSV, Inter, Monaco, and PAOK. Real Madrid, United, Benfica, and Midtjylland, because if Midtjylland, or however, is in a European competition, they're drawn against United. That is the rules. But good to see them get Real Madrid also. City with a interesting group, certainly. So Lokomotiv, as we know, are, for whatever reason, they were in the first, they're in pot A, so they get Manchester City, unfortunately for them, and Roma in a tough group. What else we got? We've got Shakhtar, Barcelona, Galatasaray, and Club Brugge. So Barcelona handed a very easy group. Juventus, Atletico, Ajax, and Slavia Praha, so from the Czech Republic. There's definite there's two top teams there, and then so PSG, Liverpool, Sporting, Lisbon, and Standard Liège. Nice little group that we've been handed here. I genuinely think we can run out winners, but we shall see. Should we just take a look at the Europa League just for the hell of it? We won't know most of these teams, but Arsenal, Rennes, and Ufa from Russia, Milan, Sporting Braga, Genk, and Almchendolf, obviously, whatever that is. Valencia, Feyenoord, Copenhagen, St. Gallen, Marseille, Burnley in the group stage in this version. Rangers into the group stage as they are in real life, but get Besiktas and AZ from the Netherlands. That's a tough group. Sevilla, Başakşehir, and kind of an up-and-coming team in Istanbul, Brøndby, which is Daniel Agger's old club, and Hibernian, Real Betis, Fenerbahce, Young Boys, and Aberdeen. So Young Boys in the Europa League in this case, when in reality they are in the Champions League. And yeah, still working through some of the database stuff. I think it's the German teams that are mostly messed up, but not too troubled. Leverkusen, Zenit, Malmo, Rio Ave from Portugal. So interesting little thing here, and obviously Madrid and Atletico, or Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid in the Super Cup. So let's go ahead and head to the next match. We've got Newcastle. And let's just make sure that we're playing how we want to play. All right, yeah, let's just stick with what worked. Obviously, Rafa has watched the match against Huddersfield and decided to employ the same system: 5 at the back, 4 in midfield with a lone striker. So let's see if we can do a better job of breaking it down. But it is another home match with Newcastle paying us a visit.
Well, hello and welcome along to everyone who's joining us for our live broadcast today. We are full steam ahead for this from the gantry, but we have to report to you first up that the match itself, whilst not jeopardised by the weather, certainly may have its dynamic affected by this torrential spare-rod rain which is upon us and which has appeared almost from nowhere in the hour or so up to kick-off. It could prove a considerable test for the officials and certainly for the players.
All right, let's get things started. The crowd is into it. The players are up for it. And it's time to... I'd like a nice little goal fest, honestly. Just really want to start fast and finish faster as Firmino gets his second of the season. And there's the guns. I really wish that it was Mane as the one imitating the celebration, but I'll take it. Just a good finish from Firmino, and it's exactly what we were looking for. Now, the key in this game is continuing that, because we kind of came off the boil a little bit after we got the lead, and I need that not to happen. Oh, it's Fabinho dispossessed in a terrible area. He was under very little pressure, but he had the help from his defensive partners there. Oftentimes, Fabinho will be the one helping the defenders. In this case, it was the other way around. Thought that might have been a foul on Salah, but nothing doing. Pressing high up the field again. Van Dijk does well to win the ball there. Keita running into space. He's got a chance to shoot. Just didn't quite get the direction on it. Long cross-field ball. If Robertson would have jumped, he would have been competitive to win it, but Mane sliding it through for Salah. Can Salah score? He can. It's a weird celebration from Salah, but it looked like the chance had gone. Mane does really well to win it back, and then just a guided finish in the end from Salah, and this is more like it. This is more like it.
A very different game now. The command has been established.
Just need to remain comfortable, and something we didn't do is Alisson able to grab a hold of their first shot on target. Trent Alexander-Arnold storming down the right. He's got options infield and chooses Firmino. Salah looking for the return ball. Henderson's made a good run, but thought he was fouled. Salah's done well to win it back, but ultimately can't make it count.
He is not one readily to admit defeat. Don't be surprised if he tries that again. And it's Shelby.
Mane doing some tracking back as you'd expect. The ball back to him was subpar from Firmino, and Robertson now with space to run into. Little miscommunication there between Keita and Robertson, but Robertson obviously always willing to press. We know that. He's put a good cross into the box. Salah never favorite to win it. Henderson's going to shoot it back in, but it's held in by Fabinho's header. Really good one as well. That backline pressure has been telling for Liverpool so far in this game. So whenever anyone is receiving the ball for Newcastle, they're immediately put under pressure.
Richie goes for the cross, and he's cut it out. Henderson tries to get it forward quickly.
Mane is making a run, but tried to guide it out to Salah. Couldn't. Fabinho's across to intercept, however, and really well done there. Alexander-Arnold going down the right. Salah turned on the ball, but couldn't maintain possession. Does win it back, but guides it out of play, so...
Newcastle are taking a simple, modern approach here. Yeah, but I'm all for simplicity, Peter. If it works...
Keita across to close down. Can't quite get there in time. Gets a throw. Restarts play really quickly out to Mane. Firmino to Salah just didn't quite work out. It looked like a simple chance, but Salah wiped out on the edge of the box, but I guess the guy got the ball.
It's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing.
Ooh, really poor pass out from Henderson. And that's halftime. A couple of quick goals. Firmino opened the scoring almost immediately, and then Salah followed it up with a goal about 10 minutes later. We'll see if we can carry on in the second half.
Just back from your break, missed very little of the resumption of the second half. The ball needed to be better down, it's a wasted chance. Firmino.
Oh, Firmino just had one player to go past, and he couldn't quite pull it off. Just work this wide, have Newcastle, have him on Keogh. Former Liverpool man who was on loan previously from Atletico Madrid. Dispossessed by Robertson. Robertson did well to go past.
That's a foul in a dangerous area.
And it was a foul by Kieran Clark. Just a talking to. Robertson had him beat. And now we're going to look to make this count. Just close down before any advantage could be gained from having that free kick in that position, but Alexander-Arnold's won it up really high. Mane to shoot, just a fingertip save. on the low shot from Sadio Mane. Keita running into an interesting position. He tried to carry it a little too long, though.
Nobody can get in behind them. Diame did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
Henderson out to close down.
And it's Ritchie.
Fabinho blocks the pass, but Mane's control is absolutely wild off his chest. Van Dijk calmly winning the ball, as you'd expect.
Van Dijk tries to get it forward quickly.
Just too close. Firmino was too close to Salah. But now Alexander-Arnold's trying to create something as Firmino's gone just high and wide on the first time shot.
That's a little unfortunate. He had a lot of people worried then.
I'm going to take a look now that an hour is gone. I'm going to see where everyone's energy levels are at. I am actually going to look to substitute Sadio Mane and bring on the new man, Ryan Sessegnon, for his debut. And I'll stop there for now. I may look to substitute Keita soon.
Liverpool are able now to make their substitution. It's been in the cards for a few moments now. And here he is, making his first appearance in new colours.
Ryan Sessegnon, from newly signed from Fulham, on for Liverpool. Let's see what he can, if he can make an impact on his debut.
Kennedy. John Joe Shelby was the brains behind the equaliser in their previous game. Liverpool may be thinking about substitutions now. They still have two available.
Robertson just trying to run it out. Thought it might have been a foul, but no call.
Keita does have an assist to his name.
Robertson with a nice little turn.
Forward it goes.
And then a foul in the end as he tried to play that ball forward to Firmino. Not trying anything too fancy here. Just going to play it short.
Alexander-Arnold.
Ooh, Trent caught on the ball, but Matip saw the danger.
It's Firmino.
Through to Trent, who is making inroads into the box.
This is gone, that's foul.
Foul now given. Thought,
Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning.
just talking to for Lascelles there. He just kicks through Firmino.
Liverpool seeking to maximise
All right.
the moment.
Let's go ahead and
With a chance here to increase their lead.
can we pull this off? Trent Alexander-Arnold from a set piece. Just didn't quite have the curl on it. Finding out that Trent's set pieces are a little straighter. I don't want to say flatter, but a little... got a little less curl to it. Okay. Found Sessegnon. Sessegnon just dispossessed. His first touch, really. Haven't been able to get him involved up until this point.
Brushed off the ball.
You can see Keita still working hard despite having fairly low energy, but Firmino's found a lovely pass through to Salah. Should be simple, and it is. Mo Salah adds a third.
And the lead is 3. It is surely done.
Mo Salah with his second of the game,
And clean. And the finish unerring.
his second of the season, and it was all about the pass from Roberto Firmino. As soon as he got control of it, it was
And all but unstoppable.
a foregone conclusion, and Mo Salah, the play actually started with Sessegnon, but what a ball from Firmino with the outside of the boot. It's what he's in there to do. Firmino is going... He's going to have his moments He's going to add goals, obviously, but he's going to create plenty. Christian Atsu coming on for Kennedy here. It's 3-0. What a performance, and one that does make me feel quite a bit better than the last one. So 10 minutes to be played, more or less. Now a foul given against Andy Robertson. Clearance by Joel Matip into the feet of Salah. Keita's still a willing runner out of midfield. Tries to guide it through for Sessegnon. Robertson does well to win it. Sprayed out wide for the debutant Sessegnon. Verge just beat there by Solomon Rondon, but he's not going to be beat for pace by the big Venezuelan. As Allison will just hoof this. Actually, this was a really good pass into the feet of Mo Salah, who laid it off for Trent, but I thought Henderson had that under control. Should have maybe looked to change my fullbacks. Little leggy here in the late stages, but Matip across. And last throw of the dice, Muto on for Matt Ritchie. It may be too little too late, but I'm going to go ahead and sub Nabi, and I'll actually bring off Trent as well for Joe Gomez, even though, yes, I want to play him as a center back primarily. In this situation, I can... A 50-50 challenge that left both players on the deck. Good header away by Robertson, but not out of danger yet. What a save by Allison, flying to his right. My word. You can see from behind the goal, this was flying in. What a reaction save, and behind for a corner, but
Liverpool, their final change.
whoa, that should have probably been a goal. Matip, although I hit I hit the button to as this is played out wide for Salah, just cut out, and that should probably end things right there, or not. Yeah, there it is. 3-0 win, although Newcastle did hit the bar in the late stages. But it's a fairly comprehensive victory.
Liverpool simply made their superiority count. They found cruise control quite early and didn't need to go to turbo. Well, that's it from us. Thanks very much, Jim. It's a very good day to
You saw the game. Sorry, no highlights necessary. Well, we're off to a flying start in the Premier League. 2 wins out of 2. And a nice comprehensive 3-0 victory. Looking around, Arsenal with a win. City smashing West Ham. United squeaking past Leicester. And Brighton and Hove Albion dishing out another 4-2 loss to Everton, their second in 2 weeks. I could get used to that. And Southampton beating Tottenham. Tottenham on the back of a 4-0 win against Leicester. You can see Watford beat Crystal Palace, Burnley beating Cardiff, and Fulham pulling off the upset against Chelsea. So some interesting results all around. You can see we've climbed up the table, now sitting just below Southampton on goal difference. I can't imagine we'll probably see them up there for long, but we shall see. All right, our monthly report is now available. So kind of skewed, obviously, based on the friendlies in there as well. Interesting. That's really detailed. I like that a lot. Last day of the transfer window, obviously in real time, it would have I'm not looking to do any business today, so all right, let's take a look at what the scouts found. Again, not looking to do business necessarily. I don't understand how I would have that good of a chance at signing Luke Shaw, because I don't think United would sell him. But obviously, Grimaldo or Jorge would be more so the options. But again, not looking to do business this last day. So the only reason that I'm interested is in not skipping more than an hour at a time. Okay, see, this is the ridiculousness that's going to come in. Chelsea offering below market value for Alisson. So let's go ahead and end negotiations. So this is cool. Ox and Jordan sharing a selfie. But I'm going to go ahead and see if there is maybe someone who should go out on loan. Honestly, kind of thinking Brewster. Should have done this earlier. I didn't really think it through. Maybe I send Solanke on loan too. Yeah. All right, we'll stick with that. And I just didn't realize how full my squad was going to be. Okay, so now Alisson offers are like rolling in, and I'm going to go ahead and change our transfer policy on them. Racing Club from Argentina have offered 23 plus million. That makes plenty of sense. Refuse all offers. Let's just end these negotiations. Any more? I got yeah, see, Virgil van Dijk to be transferred to Celta Vigo. Like, get the hell out of here. Or Bilbao want Jordan Henderson. So I wonder where his Basque blood is at. I did not think I'd be dealing with this kind of like left field nonsense. But I do want to see if I get some loan offers in, so that's why I'm not linking in with a move to Young Boys. Like, my God. Oh my God. This makes no sense. Like, what are they even offering? So we paid $75 million for him, and 28 is going to get him off our hands at the height of his powers. So I'm going to go ahead and those, and also refuse all. All right. Can I get a loan offer, please, for one of the guys on the loan list? Oh, edit player number. Yeah. So here's the thing. Yeah, let's do that. Now we're talking. I don't know who We United is, but let's go ahead and get Brewster on loan. A loan offer has been received. The loan period is 1 year. I think accepting this offer is a good idea. I agree. Not really concerned about the money, genuinely. All right. On loan. Yep, okay. It's just going to show me that Brewster is on loan. Cool. All right, well, this is pretty much do or die for any transfer offers. All right. Yep, let's call it. Let's get on with the season. We've done plenty of business this summer. Well, no surprises there, although I will say it's a little shocking that none of my defense made it into the team of the month, given the fact that we have not conceded a goal. So Sessegnon's developing. It's good to see. It's the international break and the Champions League. I don't think that's actually realistic, but okay. Fair enough. So, all right, just taking a look at our finances. So our transfer budget balance was upped a little bit due to the fact that we have some fan favorite players. Our salary budget was updated due to the fact that we got gate receipts and merchandise sales. So cool stuff. Like, that's the type of stuff that to me is kind of missing. Oh, okay. So for the second year in a row, I've been tasked with reaching the final of the Champions League, which we will be getting ready to kick off here. It's another home match, so I do enjoy that. A couple this has been the odd little issues in terms of with the narratives, due to the fact that Sebastian Coates is turning out for Sporting Lisbon, as is Javier Hernandez, apparently. So that's interesting. All right, they're gonna play more attacking. I'm gonna stick with this 11 because it's gotten us where we need to be so far. Let's go ahead, get things kicked off.
Liverpool preparing here to be a part of the opening act of another major European club season. An epic tale lies ahead, a footballing drama to unwind over the course of the next 10 months. One where the central cast, both team and individual, will get to write their own story should they survive long enough. This episode 1. So we look out at the sea of red that is so deeply entrenched into the culture of the English game. This indeed is Anfield.
First Champions League match of the season. Players obviously ready for it. Sebastian Coates, no stranger to You'll Never Walk Alone. And we'll go ahead and get straight to kickoff.
We hope everybody is ready for another ride on the emotional roller coaster. Bring it on, Peter. I'm looking forward to
Keita out wide to Robertson. Can we get that lightning start that we did against Newcastle? That is not the way to do it. Although Robertson and Keita combining well to just stop any notion of a counterattack.
If you did just miss it, we are up and running already.
Mane pressing that back line as he will do all game. Well won by Keita. Firmino nearly got a ball through to Mane. Swarm of Liverpool players, but Sporting Lisbon able to play out. Taken fairly quickly. Henderson out to close down and does so well. Trent with space. Gets it out wide to Salah just before it's dinked in. Oh, and just wide from Mane. Did not get the amount of contact on it that he would have liked. Keita dispossessed by Battaglia in midfield before it's won back by Henderson. Mane with options. Salah from distance, and it's caught in the end by Viviano. That is a really good save, honestly. I thought that might just fly in. Oh, Van Dijk with a little bit of a miscue here, but he recovers so well. Oh, it was Matip, actually. Recovered well. Firmino slid it through for Mane. Just trying to cut inside. It's fallen for Firmino. What a save. Viviano again. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. All right, let's try and deliver this corner in. It's an in-swinger. Robertson is just going to get there. Can he put it back in the mix? It looks like he's won another corner. This time to be delivered by Jordan Henderson. It's Fabinho on the end of it. Oh, and it's saved again on the line by Viviano. He saw it very late.
Just had too many bodies around him. He would have done remarkably well to score from there.
Very nearly nudged it across the line, but not enough power. Fabinho nearly opening his Liverpool account. Keita through to Mane. Mane with the chance and squeezed just wide. My word. I would have bet the farm on Mane scoring there. Van Dijk wins the header. Henderson wins the second ball. It's through to Firmino. Was he just nudged off the ball there? No foul, says the referee. Henderson wins it in midfield again. Salah, oh, it was just the ball was just behind him there. Alexander-Arnold, though, does really well, and it's Battaglia tracking back. He has to put it out for a throw. This comes out to Keita, a little bit of space, just closed down. Firmino, though, well, Viviano is looking good at stopping those shots from distance. Nothing doing so far. He hasn't even allowed a rebound of any sort. He's keeping the scraps to a minimum. You can see the pressure there just causing a little bit of a rushed pass. Trent, more pressure, and now what a ball from Bobby. Salah's got Mane infield. Oh, and Mane just couldn't get past his man, but he'll get a second chance, and he just dawdles on the ball. tried to squeeze it through for Henderson, but in the end, his shot is awful. And he was offside. My word. Well, all I can say about that is a wasted opportunity to open the scoring. Oh, what a mistake by the keeper! Firmino's one-on-one! Oh, and he tried to chip him! Oh, the first miscue from Viviano in the game, and Coates puts Firmino under just enough pressure to cause him to shoot wide. Oh, that should have been the opener. I just panicked in that last vital moment. Not enough composure. Robertson is going to need to get back here. Nani had found his way in. Matip does well, but Keita really well done in the end. And now Firmino's maybe put Mane in here. No, not quite. Although, again, Liverpool's players all over Sporting here. And Mane just unable to get on the end of that through ball from Henderson. Firmino ghosts past his man really well. Lays it off for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now Robertson will try to put in a cross of his own into the mix, and Salah just misses altogether. He had the opportunity here. Can Fabinho do something? Ooh, a sliding challenge. Just won the ball there, and that will ensure that we go in to halftime at 0-0. Liverpool, I mean, it is all Liverpool at this point. 7 shots, only the 2 on target though, and that's really the telling stat. Is we've had the opportunities, just haven't been accurate enough, and have to make sure that that doesn't come back to bite us. Oh, well done again in midfield. The midfield is absolutely bossing Sporting in every facet. Salah just crowded off the ball there. You could see 4 Sporting bodies. Oh, what a win by Fabinho. Mane cutting in. He's rolled through for Salah, but offside given. Oh, it was a fraction offside. See, Mane has touched the ball more than any Liverpool player, but our front 3 have the most touches, and normally that means that we've put something together in a goal-scoring sense. Nani dispossessed by Robbo. Robbo to Firmino. He broke all of the lines from that left-back position. Naby Keita trying to track Nani down there. Just trying to provide some support to Robertson, and he does really well there. Now Firmino out wide for Mane. Mane slides it through. Jordan Henderson from distance, but Viviano saves really well again. Well, no screamers allowed when it comes to Viviano. He's done really well in handling all of the trouble. Trent did really well there and then fouled in the end. Yeah, another booked for diving. That's crazy. I really want to find out the mechanic behind booking people for diving, because I really don't want to get a yellow if I didn't try to do something. Oh, a little bit of a spot of bother here, but oh, Keita does really well. Runs into the space. He's got Salah ahead of him. Salah with Keita running in field. Just trying to see what materializes. Not much at the moment, but Alexander-Arnold will deliver one in for Mane. I thought Keita might get on the end of that. In the end, it comes to Fabinho. Firmino. It'll be dropped off wide for Alexander-Arnold again for Firmino to head. And what a save again from Viviano from close range.
Firmino spot a tremendous stop there, and I think it's fair to add, he just wasn't expecting it.
Not dissimilar to what Matt Ryan did for Brighton in real life against Bobby. Fabinho may have a chance here. Oh, it looked like he might end up with a free header. Alexander-Arnold from distance put it on target, but
on another occasion, all that went wrong may come right.
Ooh, bad miscontrol. May have let Salah in. Oh, Salah just couldn't beat his man at the crucial moment. Oh, it was such a bad giveaway.
Sturaro plays it forward. No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game.
If we have to be able to make this advantage count. We've played so well. Salah looking to get past his man. Oh, has he been fouled?
Look, this can still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's still time for some ed.
I think I may need to make a change here. Just played off of Salah's foot there. The body was taken, but Henderson's come through with it, not pulled back for a foul though.
A good level of intensity at this stage. They're calling on all their resources now.
Oh, Keita is absolutely shattered, but he sticks a leg out.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game.
Robertson storming down the left, despite the fact that he's tired as well. Oh my God! What a save again!
Liverpool merit full marks for their attitude and application in trying to win this. It means an awful lot, obviously.
Offside given here.
Yes, he is.
And I'm going to go ahead and bring on Sessegnon for Mane. I'm going to try to throw on the kitchen sink here.
This was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it.
My whole midfield is just absolutely battered right now. So let's go ahead, get Shaq on. Just change him to a right mid. Okay. It makes us a little unbalanced, but with such a short amount of time left, I'm really okay with that. All right, play this. I did not think that was what was going to happen. Offside? Really thought that would have been offside, but well, in the end, will I even get a chance to attack again, despite throwing on all those attackers? Play it down. Okay, Salah to Firmino to Shaqiri, who's run infield. All right, can we get a dramatic late goal? Deflected there. Sessegnon gets it back from Firmino. Oh, and just cleared at the last moment. All right, Salah. Firmino! Oh, and with the last kick of the game, Firmino blazes over on the volley. Oh my God! Off to a draw start in the Champions League.
I don't think they'll be too upset about that. 1 point is okay.
Drawing at home in the Champions League is so frustrating because it's just, especially, look at that. 12 shots, just could not make it count. The Firmino chance will be burned into my brain, but the 8 saves made in the end by Viviano will absolutely stand out. Man of the match, obviously. I really don't even know what to say other than the goalkeeper was absolutely brilliant. So let's take a look at our results. Lyon have played Tottenham off the park. Porto get a win, as do Bayern against Spartak. Schalke beat Basel. Inter beat Monaco handily. PSV pulls it out against PAOK, and Manchester United held by Benfica by the same scoreline. We were against other Portuguese opposition. Madrid take care of Midtjylland fairly easily. Roma and City draw. Lokomotiv and Celtic draw as well. Barcelona take care of Galatasaray. Shakhtar Donetsk beat Club Brugge. Madrid and Ajax draw. Juventus with a slim victory over Slavia Praha, and then PSG seizing control of the group with a 4-2 win against Standard Liège. So the group after the first match day, PSG out front. Very frustrating day for the Reds at Anfield because that game was there to be won. Their keeper, however, was absolutely out of this world. So with that being said, we'll take a look at these new players. Jordan Lukaku added to the list, but we're not going to take any action on those currently. But with that being said, I am going to go ahead and jump off. It has been an absolute pleasure starting this Master League up, and I'm very excited to see where it goes. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube to the Two Red Gringos. Hit that subscribe button. We're building this channel from scratch, and we're going to have a lot more than FIFA on here. We are going to have analysis. We are going to have articles, essays. There's a lot going on and in the works for this YouTube channel. So go ahead, hit subscribe, and follow the Two Red Gringos on Twitter and Instagram at Two Red Gringos. This has been Phil Bakke for the Two Red Gringos, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this Master League as much as I have so far. Be sure to check out the next episode when we go live, and I will talk to you guys later.